to get all of this good information. Ladies, please make our special guest feel welcome. Feel free to give her some hearts, give her some virtual claps, come on camera, give her some claps, all of that good stuff. I will go ahead and shut up, and I will introduce our esteemed guest for this evening. Ladies, please show some love to business owners specializing in business grants and business credit and all of that good stuff. Our host for Cover Your Assets class, none other than Joy Hunt.
Well, good evening, good evening, good evening. So, a lot of business owners are not aware of business grants as a funding opportunity. So, I wanted to kind of share some grant tips, some do's and don'ts of grant writing, so that you guys will be able to explore grants as an option for getting money into your business. There are loans that you can get, lines of credit. You know, we can pull money out of our 401k, what have it be. But, you know, with grants, we don't have to pay the money back. So if you have a new business, or if maybe our cash flow is a little short, you know, we don't want to, you know, kind of incur a lot of debt. You know, grants are a great resource. Grants are not credit based. So no matter what your credit score is, that doesn't matter. There's no kind of, I would say, barrier to entry as far as we got to have tax returns. We have to be in business for 2 years. So that's a good point. And then last but not least, there's no limit to how many grants you can apply for. Okay. So I always tell people, you know, if you are looking to start your business, grow your business, expand your business, scale your business, you know, give grants an option. Now, the first thing people are going to say is, well, I've never written a grant before, so can I hire a grant writer? And so, yes, you can hire a grant writer, but I'm going to kind of walk you through some do's and don'ts, how to do it so that you can do it yourself. Because when I'm saying apply for multiple grants, I'm talking about applying for like 5 to 10 grants a month and do that every single month consistently. Okay, so if we are hiring someone to do that, then that's going to kind of take a lot of money and resources from our business. And I always feel like as a business owner, if you are in control of what you're doing, meaning you don't have to rely on someone else, it just kind of keeps you in that driver's seat. Okay. So first things first, I want everyone just to understand that at one point in time, you couldn't ride a bike, you couldn't write, you couldn't drive a car. And so you learned all of that. So you can learn how to write a grant. Now, the grants I'm talking about, they're not going to be governmental grants. They're just going to be business grants. So it's going to be different organizations, different businesses, different nonprofits who are coming together to give business owners, preferably small business owners, resources to be able to start and grow their business. Okay, so we don't have to have any kind of minority certification. We don't have to have any kind of certification. All we need to do have, my grammar. All we need to do have. What we do need to have is we need to have a registered business entity. Okay, so either an LLC or a corporation. I'm probably going to refer to the business entity as an LLC in this webinar, but an LLC or a corporation, we can do both. The LLC needs to be active. Okay, so every state has a requirement of either filing a report or paying a fee. If you don't pay that fee every year, then your state will make your LLC inactive, and we don't want that. Okay, so we need to have an active LLC or a corporation. Now, let me push pause. There are some startup grants, and some startup grants will not require an LLC, but if we're asking someone for some free money, I always say, let's just put our best foot forward and go ahead and have that LLC or corporation. Okay, so we got to have our LLC or corporation, we have to have our EIN number and a business bank account, because the grant will be going into our business bank account. They cannot cash app you your grant. They cannot put it into your personal bank account. This is going to be going from the organization to your business account. Now, the grants I'm going to be talking about, I have a grant bundle. If you don't already have it, it has a link to 900 business grants. You can also Google business grants in your area. You can just Google generic business grants. The business grant does not have to be industry specific. So if I own a fitness gym, I don't have to look for a fitness grant. There are fitness grants out there, but what you're looking for are going to be small business grants. So if you have a small business, that's going to be a bigger category to look into. Now, there are industries that have like specific grants just for that industry, but like I'm saying, I want us to be applying for 5 to 10 grants every single month. So I would recommend that you guys make your search, if you don't have my grant bundle already, broader to be just small business grants. These organizations that are giving away money, they're looking for an aha story. Okay, you are not going to have to provide any financials, meaning a profit and loss statement, tax returns. You are not going to have to show them what you did with the money, but they're going to come to you a year after you got the grant and say, hey, you won the $20,000 grant. What did you do with that grant? They're looking for you to be like, oh my gosh, I was able to hire employees. I was able to get some more inventory. I was able to expand my location. I was able to go ahead and get into a brick or mortar. Okay, so they're looking for an aha story. They're looking for, I want to give someone money who's going to, in return, go and make some money. So I can then now go back to the people who gave me the money and say, hey, last year you gave us $1 million and we helped business A do this and business B do this and business C do this. So this year, can we get blah, blah, blah? Okay. So when I'm talking about they're looking for an aha story, if you want an example, number one, every grant that you apply to, they're going to have a website, and on that website, they're going to have past winners, last year's winners, previous winners. That will be a great way to look to see who won last year, what industry were they in, what did they say they did with the money, so you can kind of get a little glimpse as to what is an example or what are some things that they are looking for. Most of the business grants are going to be online. They're going to be asking you questions that you fill out online, so it's not like you have to go and write out this 30-page grant proposal that has to be in a certain format. In my grant bundle, I do give you a sample grant proposal, but most of the business grants in my bundle or online are going to just be like a jot form where they are asking you certain questions. A lot of the questions will be the same, and you're just typing in your answers. Okay, so things that we don't want to ask for. We don't want to ask for anything that's not going to make us money. Okay, so things like paying off debt, that's not going to make you any money. Things like catching up on bills, that's not going to make you any money. Things like paying myself. So, hey, I have a grant bundle. I want to give away 10 people my grant bundle. It's $9. It's going to cost me $1,000. So can you give me $1,000 so I can give away my grant bundle? Well, we don't need to ask for the money to come directly to our pockets. And then us giving away something is not being in business. Businesses make money. Okay. So we're not going to ask for paying off debt, catching up on bills. We're not going to ask to pay us directly. We are not going to ask, what else is a big common mistake? There's 4 of them. We are not going to ask to have operating expenses. I just need some money in the bank just to operate, like operating capital. That's not making, one, it's not making you money. And 2, that's what a line of credit or a loan is for. You just need money to kind of sustain your business. That's not going to make you any money. Okay. So think about it like this. If I was like, hey, if your best friend asked you to borrow some money and she's like, hey, I'm not working. I don't plan on getting a job. I'm about to just sit at home and watch TV, but can I borrow $10,000? What is your response going to be? Probably going to be like, nah, girl, I'm good. Okay. So here are some things to ask for when you're looking for your business grant. Number one, you can ask for payroll for others. So I don't know if you're in your business, maybe we need a virtual assistant. Maybe we need an admin, a secretary. Maybe we need someone to help you process orders. Maybe we need someone that's going to help you make the inventory. So payroll for other people is a good thing to ask for. Another good thing to ask for is for inventory. So I just had a grant call last week. A client has, she has a special product for hair. I won't say what it is. She said special product for hair. However, the material that's in her product is discontinued. And in order for the manufacturer to make that material, she has to order it in a quantity amount that's going to cost $100,000, right? Then she has to ship that to another country to get made and then ship it to another place to get distributed because the material is very complex. So asking for money for inventory or materials for your inventory is going to make you money. Money for marketing. So maybe we have a marketing campaign. You want to do some ads. You're trying to get some exposure, maybe in some magazine articles. Marketing is going to bring traffic to your business. Equipment. So maybe we either don't have equipment to make what we need to make, or maybe we need to make what we need to make a little faster. So let's just say I have Joy Special Treats and I specialize in doing, we'll see, like caramel apples and Rice Krispie treats, right? But let's just say I get a big contract. I get a contract that, for Christmas time, 5 big hospitals in my area want me to do caramel apple treats for all their employees. Well, I cannot make the caramel apple treats out of my home, my kitchen, to serve for 5 hospital staff and employees. So I need to either get some kind of equipment to do the apples, or I need to be able to rent a commercial kitchen. So asking for equipment that's going to help you either do the job faster, or maybe you have some old outdated equipment, right? And it's not really up to par. It's not really up to speed. And we are not able to get our orders out fast enough to handle the demand. Okay. So when you're writing this grant, don't write it like, let me ask for all the money in the world underneath the sun. Think about, what does your business need right now to make you more money? If I said, I'm going to give you $10,000, what does your business need? And in 30 days, you can make more money. What is that need? Okay. So the first thing we need to have is knowing what we need for our business and what that's going to cost us. The second thing we need to know is, what problem does our business solve? Now, when we're talking about our problem our business solves, we want to be concise and we want to be simple with the problem. Okay. So the problem does not need to be life or death. Okay. The problem just needs to be you're solving a solution for someone. So for example, Fashion Nova, the problem that Fashion Nova solves is they solve cute clothes for an affordable price. Okay. So if I am Joy Special Treats, the problem I solve is, I give fun and unique treats. So, everyone's doing cupcakes, boring. Everyone does cake for birthdays, boring. If you want your party to be the talk of the town, if you want to pass out, gifts to your employees, your staff, the teachers at your school, and you want them to stand out, that's you come to Joy Special Treats. Okay. So the problem I solve is, I am providing a unique experience for people to give away treats for birthday parties, quinceañeras, bridal showers, their employees, blah, blah. That's my problem. Okay. So 1, what problem do you solve? Number 2, how is this a problem? Okay. So every business, you start the business because you're solving a problem. So maybe the grant reviewer is not aware of the problem. Let's just say Let me give a good example. Let's just say maybe, I saw on Instagram the other day, there is a new head wrap that will cover all of your hair and you can swim and not get wet. Okay. So here's the problem. People, people with ethnic hair, they do not want to go swimming and get their hair wet. If they're wearing extensions, if they're wearing dreads and they're on vacation, they do not want to have to wash their hair, do their hair. They want to be able to swim, but not be able to get their hair wet. You can even take out the ethnic people out. Some people don't want to swim and get their hair wet. Maybe I just went a 613 blonde. I don't feel like, washing it, putting heat on it, but I still want to go on vacation with my boo and be able to be posted up, in the water but not get my hair wet. But I don't want to wear, the whole granny, material, I don't want to wear a swim cap, right? Like, how cute can I be with a swim cap? And I'm trying to be cute with my boo, right? So there's this cute wrap that's on Instagram. It has like patterns and it looks like a really cute regular wrap, but it keeps your hair dry. A person may not know that that there are some people that don't want to get their hair wet. So we need to let them know, here's the problem. A lot of people don't want to get their hair wet when they go swimming because of boom, 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 boom. The only product on the market right now to cover your hair would be a swimmer swim cap. The swimmer swim cap, comes in white, blue, and white, blue, and red. It is really basic. It does not go with a vacation, trying to give it to the girls style. For that reason, I came up with the Joy's Luxurious Swim Cap. It's going to keep your hair dry and nice and it's going to keep your hair dry while still being fashion forward. I'm letting them know what the problem is and how I'm solving the problem. Okay, so we know what we're asking for. We know what problem we're solving and how we're solving the problem. The next question we have to ask is, what makes our business different than anyone else on the market? Okay, how do we stand out? Either there is no one else on the market and you're like going into a new territory. So if you're like Apple with the iPad, when the iPad first came out, there was no competition. They were like the first person to do it. So, I'm the first person to do this. The second thing will be maybe the competition's not using the same material or product. Maybe the competition doesn't have your expertise or your experience. Maybe there is no competition in your area. So like you may live in a small, if my son can answer his phone. Maybe you live in a small town and like the next person doing it is far away. What makes you stand out? Don't just give boring adjectives. I'm the best. I have the best quality. Everyone's going to say that. What makes you stand out? Now, here's the reason why I encourage people to write their own grants. If I said, sell me your kid as to how your kid is the best kid, who's the best person to sell the kid? The mom, because she just thinks her kid, no matter how bad they are, it's just the best thing since sliced bread, right? You are the best person to sell your business because you created it. You birthed it. You've put your sacrifice in it. You've drained your savings account. You have missed time with your kids to be able to start this. So why did you start it? What problem are you solving? The best person to ball all this up and sell it is going to be you. So we're going to talk about why we need the money and what the money is going to be used for. We're going to have what problem is out there, how we're solving the problem, and then how our business stands out from the rest. Every grant application, or 99.9%, are going to ask these 4 questions in some form or fashion, okay? So the hardest part is going to be in the beginning, sitting down, taking some time out, and really mapping out a skeleton outline to answer those questions. Once you answer those questions and you start applying for grants, it's really going to be rinse and repeat, meaning they're asking the same question. All I have to do is just copy and paste my answer from the original, like my original worksheet that I made. Now, here are some grant tips. Number 1, make sure that we're answering the question. Simple and concise. A lot of times we want to ramble. A lot of times we want, we want to just, speak, just keep writing and writing and writing. Be mindful that there are going to be either hundreds or thousands of people applying for these grants. Okay, so we want to answer it quick and concise and move on to the next point. Number two, answer the question in totality. So if I say, hey, why did you start this business and what makes you different? Answer why you started the business and why it makes you different. So make sure that you go over what the question is asking and making sure that we answered it. If you don't answer a question, baby, they're just going to just, throw your application to the side. A third thing is follow the instructions. So if they're saying in 200 words or less, tell me blah, 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 baby, in 200 words, not 201, not 202, in 200 words, explain what it is that you are, answer that question. Now, a lot of grants are not going to have any kind of requirements, but we want our application to stand out from the rest. Okay. So I always say, make your business look as professional as possible. The first way we can make our business look professional is we're going to have a website, www.yourbusinessname.com. Okay. You can go on GoDaddy.com and buy your website. Buy your domain name. You can go on Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and for maybe less than $200, get you a website or at least a one-page landing page. If you don't have all these extra things that I'm telling you should have to be professional, still apply for the grants. And while you're applying for the grants, work on these things I'm telling you is going to help your business stand out. So don't just be like, I can't apply until I have all these things. No, we're not going to just, turn down money. But I always believe put your best foot forward. Okay, so we're going to have a website. If we're a brand new, it can be a one-page landing page. Give me your logo, give me a little snippet of what you're selling, and then the contact information, your email address if you have it, and phone number. Here's a little tip. Let's just say, we could do something like website under construction, or, we are updating our inventory, have like that little line on our landing page just to make it look like we're really working on the website, although we just got the domain name 5 minutes ago. But when the grant reviewer is looking at your business, the more things, the more effort, the more you put into your business, the more that you're going to stand out from the rest. Okay. The second thing that we need to have is a branded or a business email address. I am not going to get on my little soapbox today, but Gmail is not a business email. Okay. Gmail, Hotmail, AOL, Yahoo, iCloud, Outlook, me.com. None of that is professional. Okay. Put your mindset into Walmart. Is it Walmart@gmail.com? No, it's info@walmart.com. You need to have your businessname.com for your email address. Okay. If you start applying for these grants with all these Gmail accounts, it just looks like, you didn't even take the effort to go ahead and get you a branded email address. Okay. You don't have to have a branded email address. You can apply tonight, but I'm saying we don't want our business to look basic. We want to have all of our stuff together. Okay. A logo, a nice, clean and crisp logo that stands out. If you have a more corporate business, have a corporate logo. If we got like a little fun and friendly business, give me some little fun and friendly logo, but give me a logo. Okay. You can go once again on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. For $100, you can get you a logo. If you do get a logo by someone, make sure that they are signing a copyright transfer agreement. I have one on my website that is going to transfer the ownership of the logo from the graphic designer to you so that you own your logo. Okay. We're going to then have a business Instagram page, a page that is just for your business. It's going to have your logo. You're going to give me maybe 4 or 5 lines in your bio as to what you do, what you're selling. It'll have your contact information, so your website, your email address, your phone number, and then at least give me 2 lines, so 6 squares of either product, a picture of your product, a pricing of your service, some kind of content, but it needs to be branded. So what are your brand colors? Okay, whatever are your brand colors, there should be a hex code, HEX code. So the blue is the same blue on every picture. It's not navy blue on one picture, then baby blue on one. Everything is going to be consistent and same. You want your business Instagram page to look like it's Walmart, it's Sam's Club, it's Girl Mob, like nice and branded. Now, you can promote your business on your personal page, but we do not need to give the grant reviewer your personal Instagram, because you may have gone to Beyonce last night and turned up. You and your homegirls may have gone to the club for her birthday. Y'all may have been outside and just be doing too much outside. Okay, so we don't need them seeing all of your personal information. So when you're applying for the grants, we're going to give them a business Instagram. We're going to have a website. We're going to have a branded email address, and everything needs to be the same, look nice and concise. When you are coming up with your budget, so what I need, the budget needs to match the amount of the grant. So if I'm applying for a $20,000 grant, my budget shouldn't be $100,000. It needs to be $20,000. When I am coming up with, okay, if I'm doing Joy Special Treats, I need to rent out a commercial kitchen for X amount of time. I need to probably hire someone that will help me make the products. And maybe I need to go overseas to purchase the plastic that I'm putting my apples in at a bigger quantity so I can get it at a cheaper rate. When you're doing your budget, make sure that we are doing it as budget friendly. Okay, so don't go out and request the most expensive piece of equipment. Can we get the equipment used? Or can we get, if there's a top of the line and there's like a bottom of the line, can we get the one that's in the middle? Be conscious of what we're asking for, because this is free money, and you want to make sure that we're like using the budget like it's our money, like what you would do. So make sure that your budget is going to be around whatever the grant amount is for. And then I always say, have a detailed budget, okay? We want to stand out from all the rest. The average person is going on the night before they're going to apply, and they're going to say they need they're going to say they got sick and their business is slow, and so they just need some money to hold them over, and they need some operating capital, and that's what they're going to ask for. They're going to say, I'm going to need, it's a $10,000 grant. So they're going to say, I need $4,000 from marketing. I need $2,000 so I can just, pay my rent up for a couple of months. I need $2,000 so that I can just pay myself so I can kind of work my business. Okay. Boring and generic. Make your budget concise. So I need commercial kitchen time. Make it concise. I need to be able to rent my commercial kitchen for 3 hours a week for 4 months, and that cost is $3,245. Okay, I need to go and order the plastics for the candy apples. I need to order 10,000 of them at $2.06. That's going to be, I'm going to make up a number, $2,100, right? So now when they're looking at my budget, I don't have all zero. I'm not just freestyling, just throwing up numbers. I have line items with exact numbers that are not all zeros. That makes the grant reviewer think, oh, this person actually went out, priced the product, and went out and got an actual accounting of what she really needs. All of this is making me feel like if I give you the money, you're going to actually know what to do with it. So at the end of the year, I have an aha story. Okay. So by knowing your problem, explaining the problem that you solve, explaining how you are the bomb in your business, or you as the owner, or your expertise, or how you do things, or the people you hire, or your company culture, how you are the bomb and you're better than all the other people who are making candy apples. You have a concise budget as to, how you're going to be spending your money. We got our website. We have our branded email address. We have a business Instagram page. All that's making you stand out. So, she has 10 things where everyone else only has 1 or 2 things. Well, since that's the case, I think this person already put the effort. Already has her LLC. It's active. We got our EIN. We got our business bank account. Baby, if I give her this money, she's going to go ahead and double it, increase her profits. They're going to go ahead and have more employees, because if I give her 10 and she does something great, I can go back and get more money for next year. Okay. So when you're writing these things out, think if it's your money, who would you want to give your money to? What would that business need to have to convince you to give them money? And put yourself in those shoes as you're writing out why you're asking for this money. The hardest part is going to be doing what I'm saying right now, sitting down and writing these things out. But once you write them out just one time, I promise you, when you go through these grant applications, it's the same question. They're going to change a couple words around, and now we're just copying and pasting. So if I already have my budget, if I'm applying for a $10,000 grant, I got my $10,000 budget. I'm applying for a $5,000 grant. Maybe I'll take off the commercial space and just do hiring the additional staff and getting the plastic. If I'm doing a $20,000 grant, I'm going to add on some equipment. So I'm just kind of playing with the budget a little bit, but everything else is the same. I always say, just take one Sunday out of the month, just one Sunday. In my grant bundle, I have all the grants that are available for that month. If you can't afford my grant bundle, just Google business grants and make you a list of all the grants that are available for August. Take one Sunday out the month and apply for at least 10 grants in August. Now, come September, take one Sunday out the month and apply for 5 to 10 grants in September. In October, just take one Sunday out the month and apply for 5 to 10 grants. Number one, you're going to get accustomed to the different questions that are being asked. Number two, as you're filling them out, God's going to talk to you. You're going to think about something else. You're going to find a way to kind of remix it, kind of put a little oomph on it, kind of put a little flex on it. So each month you're getting better and better in your ask. Maybe we're tweaking something, maybe we're adding a little something. And then over time, it's just getting easier and easier and easier. Number one. Number two, now we're increasing the odds. If I apply for 1 grant a month versus 10 grants a month, I'm already increasing the odds of me not just winning a grant, but winning multiple grants. Okay, so I can win a $10,000 grant in October. I can win a $10,000 grant in November. I can win a $10,000 grant in December. Now I got $30,000 I don't have to pay back. And I already have mapped out exactly what I need to do with the money. See, getting the money all the time isn't the problem. It's now, what are you about to do with the money? So if you got a $10,000 grant and you paid off some debt, well, baby, you're still in the same predicament. You still don't have sales. We don't have marketing. We don't have customers. We don't know who our target audience. We are still having an issue. So by mapping out exactly what you need, what you're going to do with it, you now have a game plan as to how to get money to now go put into your business to go make you some money. Okay, the whole point is to make you some money. So when you get this little seed money, we now can go from the seed money. Not, I got to be dependent every month, or, I got this money. I didn't know what to do with it. I spent it. Now I'm back in the same place. Now we have sales. Now we have customers. Now we're growing. Now either we don't need grant money, or maybe we're growing and now, I have an opportunity. I haven't used all my grant money. Maybe I got $30,000. I just used 10, right? And then all of a sudden, Beyonce came to your town and she got filmed eating your candy apple, right? Now you're sold out. Now everybody in your city wants your candy apple. Now people are trying to say, hey, Target's contacting you. How can I get your candy apple in my store? Maybe people want to do a collab with you, but you already know exactly what you need. We already have a website up to do orders. We already have our branded email address. So like all these things that you're doing is not just for the grant. It's also so that we can actually start and do our business. So if Beyonce is eating her apple today and people want to order, it's not, oh, well, girl, let me cash app you. Maybe you are asleep and they're on your website buying the apple and you're making money in your sleep. So all the things I'm telling you to do is not just for the grant, it's for once you get the money, we can now roll and get sales, get marketing, update our equipment, and grow with the business. So now we're just functioning on our business cash flow, and we don't need the money to sustain us. Any questions? Let me look in the chat.
Are you good?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm making sure you're okay.
Yeah, I was asking if does anyone have any questions?
Yes. If you don't, so Parmisha said, if you don't use all of the grant money, do you have to return it? Oh, I hope not.
No,
please elaborate.
You do not have to return the grant money that you don't use. But I would say, why would you not be using all of the grant money? Because you should be applying for a grant that your business needs. So I don't know why you wouldn't use all of the money, but no, you don't have to return any of the grant money.
Okay. Kamisha said, good question. Use that money. Use all that little money, okay? Any other questions for Joy? I know that was a lot. I know that was an entire lot. I know we got a lot out of that. But remember, I told you guys, when we have our speakers, definitely feel free to look them up and get your questions. I know a lot of information, Kamisha. Look them up in advance so you can have some of your questions ready. Let me see if I can think of anything in the meantime, in between time. Okay. So, I know people talk about, like, when you're writing your grants or, like, writing your proposal for a grant, don't tell them, like, oh, I need this money for, like, rent or trying to catch up on bills or things of that nature. But, I mean, what outside of, like, maybe hiring employees would somebody even use grant money for? I just feel like it's hard because I feel like grants are more of such a scaled business thing. So as small business owners, and let's just say we're still not ready to hire employees, like, well, what else could we be using the grant money for?
So if you're a small business owner, you can use the grant money. Maybe we need to buy inventory. Okay, so if you have a boutique or if we're selling something, either one, we need more inventory, or depending on what you're selling, a lot of times when you're selling something, your cost is dependent on how much of the quantity that you order. So let's say I sell this shirt. If I order 20 of these shirts, it costs me $10, right? And I am an affordable online boutique. I'm trying to compete with the 9 to 5 consumer. So I need to have an affordable price. So I pay 10 for this shirt, but to compete on where my competition is, I got to sell it for $20. Okay. So I make $10 a shirt because I only have enough money to order 100 of these shirts. Did I say 100 or 20? Let me do my thing over. I sell this shirt. I sell it for $20. It costs me $10 because I only order 50 shirts at a time. And so if 50 shirts is cost me 10, I sell it for 20, so I'm making $10. If I buy this same shirt, but I buy it in a quantity order of 100, they'll give it to me for $5. So without me changing anything, getting any more customers, by me being able to purchase this shirt at a cheaper price, I automatically make more money. So a new business can say, I'm selling, like every time I get something, I sell it, but I can't keep my inventory in stock, because at $10, that may not be enough meat on the bone or enough profit to handle me paying my bills and all my apps. So I'm kind of like in this hamster wheel, robbing Peter to pay. I'm just barely making it. If I could do the same thing but double my profit, that'd kind of take that foot off my neck. I kind of breathe somewhere, because now I'm making more money doing the same thing. Okay, maybe if I'm a startup business, I may need to, get a better. I have a little website on here, but it's not giving what it needs to give. For me to be able to compete with my competition, I need to go ahead and give me a real website. But I don't have real website money. But I got me a little Squarespace, a little Wix, a little basic shop. But I need it to give, right? Maybe, I'm doing my own photos, to advertise my clothing, but, this iPhone can only do too much. If I can actually rent out a content space or a place to do a photo shoot and have a photographer come and kind of really give give me these photos, throw a little retouch on them, airbrush a little cellulite, contour these cheeks. My pictures now can compete with everyone else. So I may need money for a new photo shoot. So a new business needs a lot of things. If you can't afford your rent, we shouldn't have rent. You should be at your house. You should be doing a you kind of jumped too far. You were in kindergarten and skipped to 6th. Come on back to 1st grade. If you can't afford your bills. You are out of order financially. So come on back you can rent a storage space. You can do a co-work. See if you can get that bill off of you. Now we can think. Now we can be creative. Now I can go ahead and work. But when you got that monkey on your back, these bills are due. Now you stress. You can't even function to actually grow your business because, on the 1st, I gotta make this rent. There are a lot of things that a startup business can ask for. Maybe we need to get our business trademark, and we couldn't afford, that $3,000 trademark fee. I got my LLC, but I need a trademark. So there are a lot of things that we could do for a startup business.
Especially if you're going to be applying to grants. So that's really, really good. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Yarby asks, is the grant process similar to applying for a government contract? I don't even know what a government contract is.
So the business grants that I'm talking about, they're in my bundle. On average, it's going to be about 90-day turnaround. Like I said, there's no certification needed. They're not going to ask for a financial. So they're not going to say submit your P&L statement. They're not going to ask for tax returns. There's no barrier to entry. All the requirements will be, you have to have less than 250 employees. You have to have less than $5 million in revenue. Most of the barriers in a grant are to cap it so that they're only helping small businesses. They don't want the medium-sized and larger business, applying for the small business grant. So they're not going to be asking, most of them will require, though, an LLC, EIN, business bank account. But for the most part, that's all they're going to ask for besides answering the questions. Who you are, why you need the money, what are you going to do with the money?
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Anybody have anything else? Anything else at all? I know me, myself, and probably the girls on this part and everybody else who wasn't able to make it on, definitely going to be watching the replay, taking more notes, really trying to get down pat of everything that you're saying, because it's a lot. Business can be so much fun, but it can be so tedious and so hard. And so to have just even been watching you and you're so knowledgeable. Going on your Instagram alone is a class within itself. I'm like, oh my God. I only watched 2 reels. I feel like, so now I'm hooked and I'm just scrolling and I follow you. I'm like, oh my God, she is great. She has to come talk to us. But in the meantime, in between time, let me see. Thanks so much. Is everybody good? Let me see.
I got another
got their hands up. Okay, hands up. Period. Virtual hands up. Go ahead, Carmisha. Period.
Okay, so my question is like, okay, for maybe like a startup business. The reason why I asked the first initial question was because I was told, previously that when you apply for the grant, you supposed to like list kind of like sometimes they ask you what you're going to use the money for. And I guess it was maybe like on the strength of it being inside of your actual business plan, like that you present to them. I don't know if that's the same because I've only did one grant and it wasn't like for business, it was a personal grant. But I was asking because say like if I apply for 10 grants and all of them are 10,000 and I get 3 of them. See, I have $30,000. That's why I was saying, like, what if you don't spend all the money? Like, even though, because what she was saying was, she was like, sometimes they'll come back after like, 6 months or a couple of months and ask you, hey, show us your sheet saying where you spent the money at, and what you did with the money. So that's why I was asking, like if that's the case, like, do you have to give it back or do you have to disclose to them, okay, well, I was going to use it all of your money on this, but then I got 2 other grants for this amount, which, kind of made me to the good. So that's why I was kind of like asking that, as far as like documenting what you're actually spending money on, like how is it like, how often does that happen for the grant givers to be like, okay, girl, what you did with the money? Let me see your bank.
They're gonna ask you what you did with the money, and they're looking for an aha story. Okay, oh my gosh, I was able to increase my SKU number by 5 different items. I was able to get an office space, get a bigger. They're gonna ask you what you did, and you're gonna tell them. I would challenge you to maybe think bigger. I think you're thinking small. I need 10 and I get 30. Well, maybe God said $10,000 and you thought he meant $10,000 a month. And he was saying, no, you're going to be making $10,000 a day. Right? So if you're making $10,000 a day, you're going to need that extra 30 because you got to buy inventory. You got to buy all these supplies. So I would challenge you to open your mind and add another 0 behind what you're thinking because you're thinking a little small. Okay, because everyone on here is either going to be a 7 or 8 figure business owner. So $30,000, we're going to run through that, right, with all of our sales, marketing, inventory, equipment, and we are building generational wealth to pass down to whoever are your descendants. So you're going to use all that money and you're going to keep it moving. That's what I would say.
Well, that's a word because I'm telling you, I've been really debating. I don't have people come to me and ask me to, get on board with them writing the grants, and like the fear is just really like, I guess the fear of unknown. So I'm so grateful to Girl Mom for us having these back-to-back grant courses because this is something that I really been struggling with, and it's just my own self. Like I said, I applied for a personal grant. I applied for I think it's called the No Grant. Like the Say No grant or something like that, but it's a personal grant for moms, like not being able to have to tell their kids no. So whatever it is that you want to spend it on, they just ask you like 7 redundant questions, basically.
What's your name? What's your name? Carmisha. Tonight when we got this call, I want you to write down how many bedrooms your house is gonna have in the next 2 years, and it has to be more than 4. I need you to write down how many locations are you going to have a home in? What states where's going to be your main home? And then what state is your summer home going to be for you and your kids? Next, I want you to write down what is the private school that your kids are going to go to. And it has to be a private school where the tuition is $20,000 or more a year. Your problem is baby, God put you here. You are 101. God put you here. You are great. Baby, we don't need no personal grant. You about to start this business. You're going to grow it to 7 figures. And your kids are going to take over the business. I need you to think bigger. That was 3. Number 4, what car are you driving in the next 2 years? And the car needs to be over $100,000. Okay. Number 5, what are the 5 vacation spots you're going to be taking? Because you're not going to be working your business every single day. You're going to have a staff to run your business. So where are you taking these kids to expose them to see different walks of life, different culture, different things? That's number 5. Number 6, I need you to go find an estate planning attorney in your state, because you're going to have a trust. The money that your business is making is going to be too much for you to handle just in your little life. It's going to have to be passed down, and these kids may not be ready to handle it. Okay, so we're going to just give it to the kids. It needs to go through a trust, and then, we're going to give them some money every single month, right? Number 7 is going to be what either church or nonprofit organization are you going to tie your business to help out, so you can pull someone else up. So when you tell them, girl, I know you see me in this suit and this, my hair is laid and I know I look like something, but hey, 5 years ago, I applied for a personal grant. So I want to help other women who apply for a personal grant, because see, they don't think they could be like me, but girl, I was just there. I understand your pain. Okay. That's going to be number 7. What organization or church are you about to partner with to give back money? Okay. And then number 8 is going to be, what do you want? What is the one thing that you don't think you can ever have, that you really want, that you scared to even speak it? Because, girl, I can't have it because no one in my family ever had that, and they going to think I'm crazy. Don't tell no one this list. This list is just for you on your paper, right? That's going to be number 8. Whatever it is that is the desire of your heart that you want, we going to just put it on that list. Okay. And then number 9 is going to be, what college do you want your kids to go to? And you're paying the tuition. You're just going to write a check every year. We're not going to do no student loans. We're not doing no cookouts, no GoFundMe. What college do you want your kids to go to? We're going to just write a check. So price isn't an option. We got to just get this SAT together, get these grades, and whatever is room and board, whatever all that is, it's just going to be a check. Okay. And then number 10 is, are you going to be tithing to God 10% on the gross or the net? So did he give you a net blessing or a gross blessing? We're going to be tithing 10%, because you wouldn't have had any of this if he had, made you turn on Girl Mob, class today. And, God spoke and said, hey, girl, I got you. So we got to, give back to the creator who gave to us. So when we get off this call, I need to write those 10 things down. Okay. Because I got to get you mentally into a whole nother arena. Because you are great. I don't care what happened in your past. I don't care all that's part of your story. So that you can help someone else who's similar be able to believe that, hey, you can kind of have a little mud on you. You don't have to have, all the flair. You can, maybe make some mistakes, but I can still get it. Because God blesses everyone. We got to just believe it and go get it. You are blocking your own blessing. So I need you to do that for me today. Okay, girl?
Yeah. Thank you, sis.
You got this. You got this, girl. You got this.
Period. Carmisha got this. And do.
Period.
Oh, enjoy saying Okay, wait. Y'all are clowning. Okay. Keisha Simmons. She got her hand up. Keisha.
Okay.
Come off of mute. If you can have your camera on, have it on and talk to Joy.
Hey, Joylyn. Thank you so much for this class.
Uh-huh.
It has been great. We did do another grant class, and this class has gotten even better because I just thank you for your transparency and teaching us how to do it ourselves. I just want to give you that. So my question is, when you apply for the grants, like let's say for instance, I want to use the grant money for marketing. Is it best to apply for one thing? Like if I needed it for marketing and inventory Or should it be specific to one thing? I'm not sure if you covered that. Maybe I missed it.
I would say add both. So in your budget,
Okay.
just kind of tweak your budget so that you'll be able to. So maybe, okay, let's just say you really need $10,000 for marketing and $10,000 for inventory, but it's a $10,000 grant. So maybe do like $6,000 inventory, $4,000 marketing, right? So you can kind of say,
Okay.
hey, I really need two things. You may, if it's a grant, if it's less than what you really need, I would rather get some money than no money. And then having multiple needs is it just shows that the money's going to be going to multiple places, not just in one pocket.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would throw both of them on there.
Okay, thank you. Also, just do you have any ideas? Like, we're a women's clothing boutique. We are just 10 years old this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we specialize in versatile, timeless clothing, but like still on trend. So it's still within the trends, but it's versatile and timeless. Do you have any recommendation as to how I should word that?
What
Right
does
now,
what does versatile and timeless mean?
Okay, so the versatile is you can wear our clothes, most of our clothes, multiple different ways. So it's like from day to evening. Timeless meaning I have most of my pieces that I bring in, you wear it from 1 year to the next year. I have people that have purchased from me 10 years ago, and the stuff is still valid now, and they're still wearing it.
I understand the definitions. Why I'm asking, versatile means what? Like, give me an example of one item you have that's versatile.
Okay, so we have a convertible dress that we sell, and you can wear it 24 different ways. So you can wear it at least 3 seasons out of the year, because the fabric is like it's almost like a jersey fabric, but you can wear it halter, you can wear it with sleeves or without sleeves. And we've been selling that dress for 10 years.
Give me an example of time. Are you just saying that the piece itself is
timeless? So it's not just trendy. So trendy is like styles that come and go. This style, it doesn't come and go. So you maximize your wardrobe by being able to wear from year after year. The stuff will still be relevant.
Okay. I would say speak on the functionality, take away the adjectives. Okay, because versatile and timeless is just going to go throughout my ears. So if I just say, hi, I'm Joy, and I have a boutique, and we sell versatile and timeless stuff. Okay,
Right.
what's that?
No, I'm telling you that.
I know. I would take versatile and timeless out. We have a boutique that has clothing that you can wear 10 to 24 ways in one item.
Okay.
The material is the material will work under all seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're telling me I can wear one of your items 5 to 20 different ways, you're explaining exactly what that is. Okay. Versatile, versatile just means putting something on and I can wear it, okay, day and evening. I may unbutton it for evening, hey, and button it back up, Now, I didn't say the sleeve can come off, and so explain, what it does. So
Gotcha.
You're not an online boutique, you're a boutique, but your clothing specializes in each piece being able to be worn at least 5 to 20 different ways in all the seasons. There's no other boutique out there where, I haven't seen a boutique where you can wear one dress 5 to 20 ways. That right there is kind of showing what your niche is.
Yeah. Well, that's just one of the items that we wear, but a lot of pieces that we bring in is we buy with that mindset where people could wear it multiple different ways, just so they're able to maximize their clothing. Whereas maybe Fashion Nova might sell cheaper things, so it might be quantity over quality. Ours is more quality over quantity type of style.
You're not quality over quantity. Yours is functional. Okay. So you sell functional clothing. Okay. See, there's going to be different categories of clothing. Okay. So if I go, if I'm going to Fashion Nova, I am going because it is cute and affordable. Now, if I wash it, if I send it to the dry cleaners 2 times, I can't say how, I know going in, it may not last. Okay. Versus if I were to walk into, who's a middle brand store? If I were to walk into, who's a middle brand store? If I were to walk into St. John, okay, St. John or Chanel, I'm going to pay a couple $1,000s for a suit, but I'm going to have that suit for a lifetime. I can dry clean it. It's going to, whatever is going to be the style of it is going to last me. Okay. So you're not competing with Fashion Nova. Ladies, right. I'm giving you something where you can wear it multiple ways. It's going to be functional. You can wear it in multiple seasons. So if you're in a state where you actually have different seasons, that's a selling point. Your item will be priced higher because I'm buying it for the functionality. I'm not buying it because it's cheap and affordable. So you want to show how you're different.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
that. I appreciate it.
Okay. Very good question, Keisha. Yarby is clapping. Claps. Y'all, this was incredible. Do we have anything else for Joy before we let her go? Anything at all? Definitely make sure you tell everybody in the mob to make sure that they watch the replay. I'll remind them as well so they can watch it as well because they definitely missed out, but it's okay. Anything else before we go? Anything else at all? Kamisha said, awesome. Yes, please, again, please give Joy some hearts, some claps. All of it. Yes, ma'am. Well, with no further ado, thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Joy. I will certainly make sure I email that over to you.
Okay. Alrighty.
I appreciate your time. This was great. Thank you, Keisha said. Kamisha dropped hearts. We got fire emojis.
Hey.
Kamisha said she will now be stocking your page. Add a stalker to the list. Yeah. Sephora said thank you. Okay. Alrighty, ladies. I will talk to y'all later.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you so much again.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay, let me add one more thing about Chat GPT. Chat GPT, we want our grant to stand out. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on with all this AI and Chat GPT. One, it's new. Two, people are just like running with it, like, hey, you can put this in here and it gets you an answer, right? Correct. It may not be the right answer. Or if you're in Chat GPT, how many other people are going to be in Chat GPT, right? So if you are going to be writing your grant just using Chat GPT and like not adding all of the other things that I'm saying to add in it, I'm not saying that we can't use it to kind of get an outline or a skeleton, but we don't want to, just copy it word for word, because if you're on Chat GPT, how many other people are on Chat GPT? Okay, so if there's 100 grant applications and y'all are all answering the same question using the same wording, the people aren't dumb. They're like, oh, you just went into Chat GPT and just, threw your answer down. So are they really going to look at you as a real serious business owner? If you're applying you want me to give you some free money and you went into Chat GPT and you wrote your answer in 5 minutes, but you want me to give you $20,000 for free? I already know right now from your work ethic, I already know from the effort you put into applying for this grant that you're a half-asser. So I know if I give you some money, you're going to half-ass it, right? So that means you're not going to get the most return on my grant because you're submitting a Chat GPT answer. Now, If you want to put the question in Chat GPT and kind of read what it's saying, and as you're reading what it's saying, it's kind of, giving you a guide. It's, helping these juices flow. And from the Chat GPT, we then put our own funk on it. Like we go, okay, so Chat GPT gave me like a little paragraph. I'm going to reword the paragraph. I'm going to add my own personal touch to it, my own flair, make it become me. So if I were to read it, I wouldn't know that it came from Chat GPT, then sure, use it. But I just see a lot of people saying, yeah, just put the question in Chat GPT. Like, baby, honey, you're once again, I keep telling them, I'm not saying, hey y'all, come get this free money. You have to put no effort in, no work, do really nothing, and then get the free. Like, I'm not selling a wolf ticket. Like, that's not real. You're going to be competing against real businesses. You're going to be competing against people who are actually care about their business, and they're actually going to take time to answer these questions from the bottom of their heart, right? So if you want to use it like an outline, hey, let me kind of see what this is saying, and then that's going to help jumpstart it, by all means, use it for that. But when you're writing a grant, you're writing about your business. It's like writing about your child, writing about your mom or dad. It has to come from the heart. They have to feel your love, your passion, all the grit and grind you have done to get to where you are, and what your plans are. It has to come from the heart. So we got to put you in it. This is one reason why I say don't do a grant writer, because the grant writer didn't use all their savings money to start the business. The grant writer, didn't miss out on their son's basketball game and their daughter's ballet recital. And the grant writer isn't saying, this has to work, or I just not going to make it. They're going to make it sound great. And, they're going to make it be as professional as possible and all that great stuff. But we're not applying for $1 million grant. Like, there's not $1 million grant in my business grant bundle. This is not a corporate grant. It's not a government grant. This is a business grant. It's going to be on the high end $100,000, on the low end $2,500. This is a small business grant. They need to hear from you. You need to sell them on how passionate you are about your business. And if you got this money, you would work with all your might to do what you're saying that you're going to do to be able to grow, expand, or start the business. So it needs to come from here. It doesn't need to be generic. Generic doesn't stand out. If you're standing on the corner and a Honda Accord or a Toyota Camry drive by, you're not even going to blink. It's because you see a Honda Accord all day, every day. You see a Toyota Camry all day, every day. It's just common, right? Nothing's wrong with the Honda Accord. Nothing's wrong with the Toyota Camry. It's just everyone has a Honda Accord. Everyone has a Toyota Camry. It's nothing new. Okay? So if you just use basic words, versatile, timeless, catch up on rent. If you keep doing what everyone's doing and just generic, you're just going to be a Honda Accord or a Toyota Camry just passing by the grant reviewer's desk, right? If you're a Rolls Royce Ghost, people don't see those every day. If you're a Rolls Royce Cullinan, people don't see those every day. Like, I hate driving my Ghost because I'm always getting stopped. People are thinking it's just too much because they don't see it every day. Make your application stand out right from the heart. Have improper grammar. Have you a misspelled word, but have you some passion. Passion is what's going to sell it. Okay, so I don't believe in taking the easy way out. You want to use Chat GPT to help you get the structure, but you add your own flare on it, cool. But if you feel that, if you just put the question in chat GPT and fill it out, you're not about to win the grant, because it's everyone else is doing that. So your grant application is going to look like 100 others. They're going to be like, oh, chat GPT, put it to the side. Am I going to save this live? I'm probably not going to save this live, because this was like a real course. I am going to add this live to my, you know what? I'll put the live up on my page for today. So if you came on and you didn't get everything, you have till tonight to watch the live. But I'm putting this live in the grant portal, so the people who have my grant bundle will be able to have this information. So if you were on it, you came in late, I'm not gonna hate on y'all. Y'all gonna have till tonight to go ahead and see this. But this, I was real detailed in this live, so I'm gonna put this in the grant portal. For the people who have the grant bundle for, another training video. So I will give y'all, till tomorrow morning to get the nuggets out of this live. Okay. So, if you don't have my grant bundle, get my grant bundle. If you don't want my grant bundle, Google business grants, but we should be applying to 5 to 10 grants in August. It is August 17th. We still have, another 13 days of the month. Everyone needs to be applying for grants. Okay. Apply. When you apply, you're going to kind of get accustomed to what they're asking for, what they're looking for. Okay. So every time you apply, you're going to feel more confident in what you're doing. Okay. This is a great way to get money into your business, to help you grow, start, expand your business, that you don't have to pay back. So it's not going to bother your cash flow. It's not making you incur debt. It's just going to really help you just kind of get some capital infused into your business to really get the things you need to start, grow, or expand your business. Okay. Everyone have a great night, and I will see you at the bank.